I'm gonna get back to that story, Sonny. Just, just you listen to Boomer, Great One. He's gonna tell you about how it was back in the olden days, back before fire, back when we walked uphill for everything. In fact, we didn't even have a concept of downhill because there was no downhill. Everything was uphill. We thought that was normal. We didn't even have a word for it because there was no alternative. It was uphill all the time. You just need to reach down and grab yourselves by your bootstraps and pull yourselves up, Sonny. Because when I was your age, I bought a house for $25,000. And I made that money on my paper route and bussing tables at the local cafe. And if I could do it, you can do it too. You just need to reach down and pull yourself up and just buckle up there, buckaroo. God, I hate boomers.
This is one of them meandering topics. Like, I got to talk about it. I got to do it. I'll sit down and come up with notes. And then you realize the sitting down and coming up with the notes takes too damn long. We'll meander. We'll struggle through this. I'll give you kind of the premise and all that. But watching it, which you knew was going to happen. It's like, what did you think was going to, what? I'm not a big R.R. Tolkien, only evil can destroy, it can't build. I'm not much of a principled philosophy guy, like, oh, the hate will burn within you, or how the dark side corrupts and all that. But there's an element of it. But the simplest thing is, where did hating a group of people, where did you think this was going to get you? This woke, anti-white, anti-male politics, anti-white male politics. I got to be specific and precise. Where did you think good was going to come with this? And not only that, but that's a value and has intrinsic value unto itself, because the products usually associated with that are just garbage. And whereas people who would come out with, say, come on, Cappy, who says anti-white male marketing? Well, it's a little bit more nuanced than that. And it's kind of this paradox of being, well, no, we're not that. We're just pro everything else. Let me give like a paradox of positive discrimination, right? You can't, for example, affirmative action would be a very perfect example of this. You can't say, we're going to give everybody else a benefit but you guys, but we don't hate you. See, we're going to pass rules and laws that benefit everyone else and puts you at a disadvantage, but we don't hate you. It's like no different than someone punching you in the face, but we don't hate you. See, no. Well, imagine you had like 5 kids and you give 4 kids really nice toys for Christmas, and the 5th one, you just give them a thing. Well, but we love you still. We do love you. We don't hate you. It doesn't matter how you describe it. You cannot discriminate negatively against one person or positively for all others. Well, it's not hate. At the end of the time, I'm like, well, maybe you don't have malice behind it, but the policy is still the same effect. And so, no, people, you're not going to see companies come out and say, we hate white males. And a lot of times they don't. I think a lot of people do believe in this positive discrimination. Like, well, it's okay because white male privilege. Like, excuse me, not all white males are privileged. I don't know if you've seen the opioid epidemic or gone down to West Virginia, but never mind. I know you don't care. There might be some people who are like, no, we're really not. You know, I for example, Brie Larson, I really don't hate white men, but okay, maybe you don't, but you certainly don't like them, it seems. Then you throw in context. This is very important. Let me tell you something about middle school. You knew when all the cowards were going to line up and get a group fight against you. You knew when it was going to happen because there were tells. They were all weaklings and cowards at the end of the day when they do a gang fight against you, but they would never tell you that. I'm not doing anything, no. But it was thinly veiled. And you know what? You just have to look and read the room a little bit. All right. Obviously, some people come out right and say it. Social media, like stupid white men. Well, yeah, they're white males, they're privilege or their feelings hurt, all that other kind of stuff. But man, it's awfully thinly veiled. I think the most recent was it Acolyte? Is that the most recent abortion of a product to come out of Disney? All the white guys are evil, right? And minority women are all heroes and good. All the white guys were pussies too. You see that in Rings of Power. Holy no jawline, Batman. Oh, like at least give us a strong male character. By the way, minority men, we're all in this boat together, whether you realize it or not. If they had to choose minority female, they had to choose minority or female, they're going with the sisterhood, just in case you didn't know already. Because, yeah, what is there even a masculine man in any of those? Minority or not? The sisterhood uber alles. Mark my words. Man, like you really do. Well with the wannabe Star Wars, where it's basically Nazis in space oppressing. Oh, what was it? A Zack Snyder film? Hang on. Zack Snyder. Rebel Moon. I guess the director, right? Rebel Moon. All the bad guys. I'm not joking. They're wearing Nazi outfits in space. They're all white guys. And there is just, I'm sorry, you're all so brainwashed. There's no critical thinking among these people. None whatsoever. Because there is the victor oppressive narrative principle axiom of Marxism. And that's what they're teaching everybody. There's the victor or victim and there's the oppressor. Right now, white males happen to be the one that everyone's ganging up on because it's popular. Well, it's also because of history and population numbers. Men typically dominated in the past, made the most money and all that. Even to this day, whites are still the majority of the population. And you could say age-wise, yeah, your older types are going to be white men. Yeah, it's not even malice or anything like that. It's just more of a historical, statistical consequence. Oh, white males dominate what in a white-dominated country that just recently did the feminist woke thing? Yeah, you're still going to have some leftover men that probably disproportionately are in positions. You're oppressing us. How does that work? I love the idea. You want to talk about abuse and gaslighting? I love the idea of original sin. You have privilege and you don't know it. That whole idea of privilege, that should have been the first sign they hate you. That you're guilty of a sin that you didn't do or commit. You're like, what are you talking about? Grew up poor. What? Yeah, but you understand. And always bitching and whining, always bitching and whining, and always, we need better treatment than you. That's evil. That's discrimination. Do they hate you, like viscerally, consciously hate you? Maybe, maybe not, but yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them absolutely do. And I'm calling bullshit. I'm not going to wait till I walk into a trap with 8 people in the playground in middle school. So, yeah, we're not going to totally beat you up. They totally are. And yes, a lot of them do hate you. A lot of them do hate you. So, is this explicit, stated white male hatred? No, it's not. But you kind of, doesn't have to be stated. We get it. The white men are the bad guys or buffoons. They're complete morons. Oh my goodness. Lady Gladrivel. Oh my God. I mean, you could even see it a little bit. Although it never bothered me because you can't have a comedy without like kind of a doofus. Al Bundy or Homer Simpson, people like, oh, they just make dads look to be idiots. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, but that kind of works. And then you had what was Tim Allen's Last Man Standing, where okay, you went back to like, no, the dad knows his shit. American Dad, you kind of had the opposite. The wife was the ditz, and the husband was kind of like, Francine, you're a moron. So I wasn't always I didn't really subscribe to that. You could start seeing elements maybe of it. But whether it's explicit or not, whether you show and you don't tell. And to what levels that, is it actual are there people that actually hate white males in these yeah, there probably is. Do they make that the cornerstone of the not really, but kind of there is a little bit in there, yeah. Yeah, and so here's my question. How is it working for you? Not only in your products have to be creative, like we got to get rid of all white males. We got to get rid of all strong males. Replace them with these Democrat pussies. How's it working? Are you guys selling your product really well? With how is the girl boss trademark coming along? I bet you stock prices rising in that brand. Did the Marvels make a lot of money? Did Acolyte bring in the views? Ooh, and then that's the product. Then I want to know about this. We can debate whether it's sentient conscious hatred of males or underlying. I don't care. Discrimination against white males. Ubisoft with their white males not allowed to apply to our programming junior developer program. The woke takeover, which among other things includes getting rid of old stodgy white males. How's that go? I want to know how's that Pixar? You got rid of your prime guy, right? Was he a white male? We had to get rid of that guy. Oh, they say there was like sexual harassment or something like that. I'd have to look them up later and all that. Get rid of those. Oh, what was it? Male, pale, and stale. Let me look that up. That was uttered. Male, pale, and stale. And then there was also the what was the guy? He did the expose of the Disney guy saying, yeah, we're not hiring white males. Male, pale, and stale is afraid uttered to condemn an organization of being dominated by white middle-aged men. Well, who said it? That was said by someone. Male, pale, and stale, bandied about in medicine. Pale, male, and pissed off at being called stale. Someone, who said it? Who said it? Who said it? It was in the creative industry. 1992, NASA Administrator Daniel Golden declared agency was too pale, male, and stale. Well, everyone, I guess, got to try better. Huh? How about we all stop majoring in DEI and start majoring in aerospace engineering? Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. Pale, stale males are the last group it's okay to vilify. The Guardian. Oh, okay. Are you guys actually defending that? Just stop calling us pale, male, stale. Who said it though? That someone's if it goes back to 1992. All right, fine. It looks like that's the oldest reference. Somebody was saying in terms of hiring. Well, you don't think there's anti-male bias? White male bias? Anti-male bias too, gentlemen. Just in case you. Hey, I'm a black guy. I can't wait to work for the big four. Uh-oh, vagina. Oh, god damn. But I'm black. Yeah, she's got two cards. She's Latina. She's Latino and female. Yeah. Bye, John. But I've been here 7 more years and worked really hard. Yeah, no, but it's not your content of character, John, but it's the color of her skin or the plumbing down below. Sorry, bye. But you could figure if you take it to an extreme. Look, of course, imagine this. What if you just hired the best person, regardless of who they were? But if you take it to the extreme where you want to purge white male out of your seat, you want to go and bow down at the worship of woke, you want to put your politics ahead of profits. How's that going, Disney? How's you paid $4 billion for an asset, and now it's worthless. You just shat all over it with your fucking politics. Who's Sinead Baboy? Who are these people you were giving just because they have vagina? These are not talented people. And I'll tell you this. Look, should women be allowed to go and direct and be? Absolutely. Should people of color? Absolutely. How about this? How about not having them be woke leftist ideologues who have no talent or skill? What if Gina Carano What if you put her in charge? Now, I don't know if she's got the actual skill to direct movies and all that, but what if you got a group of people who, whatever color and gender you'd like, but actually lived life a little bit, actually had to support themselves, and here's the problem, weren't indoctrinated in the K through college system that, oh my God, the most important thing about you is the way you were born. You don't have to try. Are you a Nepo baby? Here's a job. Why does this suck? Can you Nepo babies do fucking anything worth of anything? Anything worth of that's a whole other. You gotta first you gotta get rid of the Nepo babies, all right? Then you gotta get rid of the leftists, all right? And that will at least get rid of this addiction, the thing that's really ruining every product out there, every company out there. That'll get rid of your leftists. Leftists never produce anything. I don't know if you knew that. They can only parasite. That's all they can do. Get rid of them. And I'm saying you got to hire card-carrying Republicans, but can you hire people whose life is more than the way they were born and their leftist politics? That I'd be curious about. Of course, I don't know where you're going to find creative. See, that was a thing. You know, Peter Jackson, they herald him as the guy who did Lord of the Rings. And he says, we're not putting our opinion into this. We want to create J.R.R. Tolkien's work. I'm going to guess Peter Jackson was a Democrat. Probably still is to today. But the fuck if I would know, because he shut the fuck up about it. If you could just get rid of the politics and then hire the best people, regardless of skin color and all that, your products would be profitable. But you were so ideologically blind to woke politics, including your contempt, hatred. Shall we just call it envy? Your envy of white males. Could we consider it that? Maybe not outright hate. Some of you legit, hundreds of thousands of people employed in millions of industries. I'm sure there's all types. Some people might actually like white males. Some people I ain't got no opinion about them. Do they make good shit? They do. Hire that guy. Forgot where I was going with that. If you just made a good product and didn't put your politics, if politics played no role, including, well, not just your contempt and hatred and envy or dislike of indifference, perhaps, of white males, but your self-fucking worship. Oh my God. I think the peak was Echo. Remember Echo? And of course you don't. No one saw it. Echo took an American Native female, and I don't know if she's mute or deaf, but I believe she's missing an appendix. She is actually disabled. And in the movie, she's missing a leg. Now, I don't know if the actress is actually missing a leg or not. No, they had to do hand signs. That was hand signs. Okay, so she is either deaf or mute. No, if she's deaf, she'd have to do sign. You get my point. Fine, I'm not saying you can't make a movie about it. But instead of like, oh my God, how many disabilities? If we could give up on our traits and say, could we make it stop worshiping ourselves? It's to say, hey, there's these other people called the customer and they'd like a car that runs. Hey, there's this group of people called the customer and they're kind of getting sick and tired of the she-girl boss horse shit with no plot. Hey, there's this group of people called the customer, and they want to have fun, not ruined with any politics left or right. But I don't know. How's it working? How is it working? Worshiping yourself, forcing shit on nobody wanted, and your little thinly veiled hair. How's the hate? Oh, man, totally down against the white man. How's that working? As well as you can just look at it. Oh, that was the other thing. So I was listening to Endymion. Remember I told my team, my guys, my team, I told all you guys, like, look, here's the deal. Because occasionally we get emails from minority men disproportionately. Every once in a while we'll get an email from a girl. I do have an email from a girl that I got to read later. And it's very important question. Hey, they want to hire me at big firm X. I'm thinking they're bringing me on just because I'm a minority guy. Do I stick around? Like, yeah, but then, and I've said the same thing. Like, look, you absolutely take advantage of any advantage they're going to give you. They're going to give you preferential treatment. Take any advantage you can. But that is the last place you want to hang your hat, because a company that does that too much starts to undermine the long-term viability or the profitability. If you just hire random people because of the color of the skin or the plumbing down below or whose genitalia they like to lick, with no regard to productive capacity or ability, that ship will sink. And already, even before all this woke Marxist trait-based politics horseshit, corporate America was already a barely tenable, barely functional environment to begin with. It was already backstabbing and all that. And I said, you go as high as you want, but you never hang your hat there, because the day's going to come somebody's more diverse than you. You're a black guy, there's a black girl. You're a black girl, there's a gay Latina woman. There's a gay Latina woman, there's a black, the absurdity that we're coming up with, lesbian, uh, disabled person. Then there's somebody with a drug. It never ends. It never ends. And an environment, an employer that engages in that nightmare becomes dysfunctional to the point it can't function. And if you tune in one of Endemion's latest videos, I guess Ubisoft, I told you this. I told you this. The future is not in traditional corporate W-2 employment. Corporate America is over. It's fucking done. The absurdity for education requirements should have told you that in the first place. The future is the 1099 superior race. You become a 1099er and you become a contractor for these companies, because at the end of the day, they do need someone to do the fucking work. And I guess Ubisoft is outsourcing all the programming because they've hired so many diversity hires with not even the ability to program. Like, I guess they're just grabbing people with like, okay, maybe you got C minuses, but at least you went to coding school. You know, we'll bring you in here. I guess they're just, it seemed like a woke free for all. They're now outsourcing it to programmers. Guess who the programmers are? Disproportionately white males. Do you know what you got to pay a contractor per hour? You make way more money as a contractor per hour. And instead of, now, of course, this is over in France, so I don't know what their W-2 1099 equivalent is. But you become a hired gun. You become a 1099er. So that when, all the political Nepo babies we hired can't produce shit. Can you do this for us? Yeah, you wouldn't have hired me before, but now it's going to be $300 an hour. I told you that's it. Now, Ubisoft is an extreme example, but how far does The Rock go? How widespread is this? How many corporations put politics ahead of profitability and viability and longevity, let alone fairness? And the day is coming. The day is coming. You cannot make you can make bad decisions, but and still have a little, like, okay, how can we put it? You can make not the best decision and still make a profit, right? Not the best decision doesn't mean you're tanking the company. It says, it is. Yeah, we still we're not losing money. If you make bad decisions long enough and enough of them, you're not going to make money, and the entire organization goes away. Now, whether Ubisoft is around or goes bankrupt or not is left to be determined. But in no small part, your bigotry and discrimination against males, white males as well, and I say not just that, and you're fucking mentally ill, addiction, and what's the word I'm looking for? Obsession with trait-based politics, as opposed to just putting together a good fucking product. That has brought that company to its knees. Whether it'll survive or not is another issue. You got at least one. And then the movie department, does Disney movies even make fucking money now? Thank God you got your theme parks. And yes, I am looking at the nerd world. This is where Cappy escapes when he's got to do his other shit. It is fascinating what your little experiment with what is nothing more than cultural Marxism has done to one industry. This is real cute. You always hear the occasional story about, oh, we're going to open up an organic coffee store. We're going to have a restaurant. It's going to be ran by the employees and everything will be fair and there won't be prices. You've seen this happen a couple times. I even did a video about them. There's like 4 or 5 of them in the news. Surprise, they all go belly up. Employees don't show up to work. Nobody pays for the shit. Then you go belly up. All right, that's a restaurant. Right. And I've made the point. You guys can't even, you Marxists, you communists can't even run a fucking restaurant. I don't know how many countries we gotta go with this communism shit. All right, let's do our experiments with communism here. Okay, you did a restaurant that didn't work. They tried it in San Francisco and Detroit and Baltimore on a municipal level. It don't work either. All right. And now here you have an entire industry. I guess we call it the entertainment industry. And this isn't like rank and file financial economic communism. This is more of a cultural, I prefer more mentally ill type of communism. Like, oh my God, I have to insert the whole idea. Let me explain you trait-based or my interpretation of cultural Marxism. I have value unto myself and just existing, I should be paid. Because I'm fill-in, not white male, straight white male. Gotta qualify that. Straight and mentally healthy white male here. Oh, I have the tism. I need government aid. Oh, I'm female. I'm discriminated. I need government bailout. all it is at the end of the day is you think you should be paid for the way you were born, not whether or not you produce jack fuck all shit. It just happens to be the here and now. The what man is the bad guy, and we just okay. All right. You got me. I wasn't in Vegas. I was at the White Male Summit where we all get our monthly $1 billion. They say, hey, don't spend it all at once. We don't want them catching on that we just like get all the fucking money in the world. This whole minimalist shtick, working my way. Yeah, we just all suck each other's dick. That's where I was. You're right. Yeah, you got us. We didn't produce jack fuck all shit. Yeah, we just printed off money. Yeah, we didn't invent nothing. We didn't produce nothing. There were no roads or industry or anything built. No, we're just, God came to us and said, hey, here's some fucking shit for you. All we got to do is print off money. Yeah, just print off money. That's the solution to everything. And you guys figured it out. Yep. It's skin tone and a penis. That's the secret to economic production. Oh. But by all means, continue on into the future. I absolutely love it. If you want to go get my book, Enjoy the Decline, where you like, look, you guys, white male or not, many of you are all pissed off at this shit. Least of all, because we don't got no good video games or movies to watch. Is it another girl boss horseshit movie? Fuck it. I'm gonna go watch Kelly's Heroes. We're pissed. We're sick of it. Least of all, because there's nothing to do. It's like this. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna watch that. I'm not gonna pay for that. And then there's discrimination and all that. Shit. I forgot the point I was making. That we don't want to consume the product. Oh, it's completely unfair in terms of employment. Oh, I know. You're all pissed. I get it. Because products ain't working. Games are shit. I mean, I don't mean just like political shit. They also don't fucking work. Our fun is being cut into. I think we all agree on that. And I know you're angry. I get it. But man, it's fun watching these people who think they can just get by because of the way they were born and not what they do. The complete fucking opposite of what Martin Luther King said. Content of character, not color of skin or plumbing down below. He should have just said that. Would have been so much of a better quote. And plumbing down below. Yeah, I probably, that'd be a little little off color, I guess. So, but go back and enjoy the classics, right? Go back and watch the good quality stuff people put out back in the day. Play the old video games, but just watch them, man. Just watch these people who have like no intention of putting in the work ethic to put in a good thing, and just really just they believe the bullshit their teachers and professors and guidance counselors and the media and the Democrats told them. You're just so brave and amazing. Like they don't. Why? Why? What did you do? You didn't do anything. You guys remember? Look this up. Women Are Perfect poster. Look that up. Doing image search. They got an actual poster of that at the public schools in Seattle. Maybe they taken it down. They literally tell little girls you're perfect. Oh yeah, you don't have to do anything. You're just amazing. Then we wonder when they turn into adults, we come up with the fucking acolyte or whatever else other horseshit has come out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. And yeah, don't get too angry, but just step back, let them do it. Look, corporate, what are you gonna do? Corporation's you're gonna do more DEI hiring? You're gonna do more DEI training? Are we all gonna like lie to ourselves and essentially say the most important thing about us is our race and our gender? Is that what we're gonna be as a country? Or we're gonna say, hey, this was a nice experiment we had. Everyone's pissed off and angry. How about we get back to doing the best we can and providing goods and services for each other? And may the best man win. And it's not historically speaking, different countries and by associate different cultures have different strengths and weaknesses. Where would American sports be without black men? No, where would it be? All right. Not to mention jazz. I guess music. I guess yes, rap is a form of music, regrettably. I guess. Asians with technology, Russians with their vodka. Can we just get back to making excellent shit for everybody? Or are we gonna believe the lies and the teachers and they're like, oh my God, you're so special. We all gonna be shooting up the rich white girl blood? You can do whatever you want and the money will follow. I can. You can. As long as you have a rich dad, they'll bail you out all the time. I'm gonna run a bottle shop. Fuck. So keep on going on with this woke, anti-white male, oh, by the way, how's that traditionalism working? I bet the women are real happy with their love lives too, right? Right? Fuck Ward Cleaver. Oh my God. Stay-at-home wife, mom, raise your kid. What the fuck is wrong? Why no? Okay, Hitler. We're not the ones doing antidepressants like they're fucking Skittles. I'm totally happy. Do they just intravenously hook the wine up to you gals in the veins now? When you... Let's go to the super chat. Cynic and Chief, $5. Have you tried the Nub Nuance, formerly Nub Cafe coffee infused cigar? Best cigar. I don't like the infused. Okay, let me. Okay, Cynic's a younger man than me. He's not that. He's like, what are you, Cynic? Are you even 48? You're definitely in your 30s. Flavored cigars or for girls and frat boys. Sorry, Cynic. I love you. You're a good man. Flavored cigars are for girls and frat boys. You do not. I'm sure they are the best ones you've ever had. If you like that flavor, like you like that sweeter stuff, I would recommend trying a pipe. Pipe tobacco is more flavored than cigars, so that's what I would recommend you do. But whenever I get like accidentally, I'll buy a flavored cigar. I'll be like it's got sugar on it. Like, what the fuck is this? Flat scan, $5. I cannot wait for your review of Abigail. I watched it 2 times in a row last night. I'm even more convinced Dan Stevens' character is your clone. Well, who's Dan Stevens? Dan Stevens. Oh, wow. Boy, geez, he does kind of look like me. A younger version of me, but he does look like me when I was in my younger 30s. That's kind of scary, actually. Even with the haircut. Christ. This guy and his wife paid me a lot of money to watch the movie. And so I gotta go watch a movie about a vampire girl. Rain Schwartzer, $5. Hey, Cap, you know you're not a huge Dragon Ball guy, but maybe looking into Sparking Zero should be a fun beat 'em up game. Well, pay me. Flatscan just paid me $220 to watch a 2-hour movie. Well, I mean, hour and a half with review and shit. Yeah, guy, and it's not. I'm not. How dare you? What you pay me to play a game? Pay him to play a game? I don't have. Guy, I don't want to play that game. I am getting pulled in a lot of different directions right now by things outside of my control, and I'm real pissed. Not at you, Reno. Nobody here, but all the obligations and like I don't have myself anymore. I don't have time to myself anymore, and I'm like, oh my fucking god! I even defend. Like I could only imagine what would happen if I didn't defend against this shit years ago. Cappy, we need you. No, you don't. No, actually, we need you. Shit's gonna go to hell for all. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't have so I anytime, whether it's even for presumably fun things, if it's not what I want to do, I gotta get compensated for it. Sparking Zero. Is that a game? Hang on. Sparking Zero. Video game. And how long do I gotta play the game? You know, what? It ain't even out yet. How about other people play the game, they give their reviews, and then we all know whether or not to play it. A Pringles can with veins. A black AWS engineer here. Watch my lesbians projects manager scream at they them H. This is what I'm talking. Look, okay, Pringles at Cam Vein. He's a black guy. Probably came from a genuinely underprivileged underprivileged background. Did the hard thing, went into engineering, and now you're dealing with a bunch of diversity hires, a bunch of fucking unqualified people where the politics isn't the number one thing. How much are you, AWS, is that software? I apologize for not knowing. Are you getting any fucking work? Look, I remember working corporate America before all this horse shit. We could barely get the work done with regular corporate bullshit. We got a meeting. We got a meeting. We got a meeting. It has nothing to do with me. And now I'm like a week behind. Do you think this guy has this guy's actually building real shit? I presume. And now he's got to deal with God almighty. Will someone fucking fire HR across the fucking board? Watch my lesbian project manager scream at they, them, HR over someone quitting. They eat each other when the money dries. Oh, yeah. Oh, you just watch, man. It's going to be the Holodomor all over. They will eat their children. This is all fake. This is all to avoid work. I'm trying to figure who's in charge of these corporations that you let these vampires in the first place. When someone says, hey, I think we should, no, go away. It is. They're not in. Now, what percent of your overhead is wasted on this bullshit? Bob, $2. I know you were in the WM summons plotting. Wilmer? What? I know you were in white male summons plotting? Hang on, what? White male summons plotting. Summons. No, I got a bunch of anime video. You lost me. You lost. I don't know what. I know you were in the white male summons plotting. Oh, when we all met to get our $1 billion. Yes. Well, Bob, don't tell anyone. This hat, old dirty. That's the trick. Let me explain to you. For you up and coming white men, let me explain to you how it works. The trick to fooling all the non-white men who are gay, all right, all those people, just not us. Dirty old hats. People look at that. Look at him, that country bumpkin with his dirty old hat. He ain't got the money, and then they don't know you got billions a month. Eddie Murphy did a shtick on Saturday Night Live where this is back when we could have fun. Okay, go watch Eddie Murphy Saturday Night Live acting like a white man. He basically puts on white face and he's And he says, and I found out when you go to the bank, they just give you money. Ah, you guys, when did we shoot Eddie Murphy for being a traitor? When do we, because he was funny and talented and skilled. Never mind. We can't have any fun. The Karens won't allow it. All right, there you guys go. Enjoy the decline, man. Just watch this shit happen. Everyone become 1099er, okay? Everyone on my team, we're all get the invaluable skills. Become a minimalist. Don't have kids you can't afford, okay? Right? Get some tools, learn to do everything yourself, and just sit the fuck back. Become part of the 1099 superior race and just save your money, sit the fuck back and watch this shit happen. It's going to be glorious. Pringles, especially watching the infighting. You want to see some cat fights? You want to see some petty? Oh, it's going to be glorious. What we should do in anticipation of this, I want you all to send me your stories. We're not there yet. It's going to take a really good recession to happen, which I think we're there or about to be. I want like a compendium of behind the veneer where all the wokey, perfect, like the fucking checkbox, most virtue signaling assholes in HR. I want to hear the stories where like they just start stabbing each other in the back. It's coming, man. It's coming. And you'll be there as a 1099er. So your former Fortune 500 company's got a little problem, huh? Well, I can fix it for you. Yeah, it'll be $500 an hour. And it's not their money. Be like, okay. You pick the carcass off that dying body. Get fat off the carcasses. And then the Saudis and the Chinese going to buy up all of our American brands on the cheap. And then they're going to move the headquarters overseas. And they're like, no more woke shit. Now we own you. And we'll be all like, where's the food? All right. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.